KINTEX for the World Hydrogen Expo. I'm joined for an interview with one of the product managers and one of the sales managers, national sales managers of Bronkhorst High Tech, Peter and David. Nice to meet you both.
Nice to meet you too.
Welcome. Thank you for coming for our interview today. Peter, let's start with you. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Peter. I'm responsible for product management and market development at Bronkhorst. Bronkhorst is a company in the Netherlands focusing on all kinds of flow measurement and control. And my position is also that I focus on the hydrogen market.
Okay, so with a focus, you guys produce different flow and measurement equipment, but specifically you're also focusing on the hydrogen market.
Yes, hydrogen is a gas, so you can control it.
Right, other gases as well, but we're here at a Hydrogen Expo, so specifically mentioning hydrogen. And David, what is your position?
I'm National Sales Manager in Bronkhorst, Korea.
Okay.
So I'm in charge of a hydrogen market, and also I'm working as a combi with Peter in Korea.
So you're a team here today, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So you're the representatives here in Korea, sales manager. Peter, I also heard you're speaking here at this conference as a keynote speaker. Tell me about what you're going to be talking about.
Yes, today I'm part of the technology roadmap speaking conference. It's named Future to Tech, and my speech will be about flow measurement in solid oxide fuel cell and electrolyzer cell systems, especially because it's so hard to measure hydrogen in these systems because it contains a lot of moisture.
Okay, tell me a little bit. I'm so new to learning. I'm not a hydrogen expert in hydrogen, obviously. I'm learning more and more about this technology and potential future applications in the market. What makes your speech unique in a way, and what makes your measurement equipment or flow measurement, and why is it so new or relevant to what's going on in the hydrogen market today?
Yeah, we as company focus on low flow measurement, so we are mainly focusing on all kinds of R&D and test system setups. And solid oxide technology is a real technology that has the future because it is more efficient, it is more flexible for different fuels, etc. And in these systems, of course, there is a lot of development still also here in Korea, and therefore it's important that you can measure and control all the variables in such a system very precisely, and that is our specialism.
Okay, so working with more efficient, obviously efficient technology is good. So what I've heard in the hydrogen sector is one thing is we need to lower costs, we need more efficient technology as well, more policy and application. Can you talk about from the Korea point of view, where you're seeing hydrogen within Korea right now, and perhaps as the sales manager here, where you see this technology being applied domestically?
Yeah, actually in Korea, I think we have many opportunity for this market.
Okay.
And so not only fuel cell car, but also steel making and clean earth and clean Korea. So I think our technology can help our Korea much better, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so seeing the application of this technology within the domestic market here, talk about the macro and micro scale of everything. Beyond the international side, what are some international either trends or issues you see in the hydrogen kind of industry right now, Peter?
You see many of the difficulties. I think mainly the problem with green hydrogen is the high cost price at this moment. So if you don't have a push from any government or an incentive to make it less expensive, then the companies won't use green hydrogen but choose the gray hydrogen instead.
Because of just the cost application, right?
Yes.
How do you think we can get to a point where it's going to be cost effective? Do you think it's about government maybe incentives or big investment coming in to bring high-end technology to a more global scale to mass produce? Is that how we lower costs in this industry?
Yes, both. So we have to scale up to more larger systems that are more cost effective. We need cheap electricity, so and a lot of companies, a lot of countries are focusing on producing green hydrogen for a lower price. And when you have this green hydrogen available, we should also focus on end-use applications. And in end-use applications, it can be all kinds of applications where you now use either natural gas or other fossil-based fuels, where you can switch to hydrogen or with a step in between ammonia or things like that.
Okay. going on more to the micro scale, from international now to domestic, after doing several of these interviews, I heard there's some difficulties within the Korean market right now. I heard there's great technology, whether it's being imported or whether it's being domestically produced. But policy making, perhaps, talking from the domestic point of view of the hydrogen industry and what issues are going on. Can you touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, actually the regulation is still, we need more, how can I say?
They need development?
Yeah, development we need. And also, I think also Peter already mentioned we need hydrogen, green hydrogen, but the cost issue is the same in Korea. So most of our customer and system end users want to making some electrolyzer system to produce hydrogen.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's our key point and trend. So that is our issues now.
Do you see, from what I'm hearing, is all the technology and all the infrastructure that's actually being produced here is being exported at the moment?
Yeah.
Where do you see the Korean hydrogen industry going in the near future? Do you think hydrogen will become applicable in Korea in a year or two?
Yeah. So hydrogen is needed for the many industry, I think, the steel, glass, and I can say the semicon. Yeah, so many application is required. Yeah.
Speaking from the Korean point of view, what are some strengths that you think Korean companies have in the hydrogen market?
In Korea.
Yeah, what are some strengths? Like high technology, fast moving, you know, what's some strengths that Korean companies have within this industry?
I think we have a very famous car maker, which name is
Hyundai.
yeah, and also we have a very big steel maker, which name is
POSCO.
Oh, you know all of that. Yeah, there's a very big customer, big company. So they have already new technology, and they also have some test benches to produce the tested hydrogen cars. We also ship makers,
yes.
Right? Yeah. So that is our key market.
So you have the big companies that can back this, that can put this into implementation.
Yeah.
There's a lot of funding coming through Korea.
Yes, correct.
So it's really now about the regulations and policies coming in, right?
Yeah.
And if I may add,
absolutely, Peter, please
then
add.
you see Korea, there's not so much place to create renewable energy. So Korea is dependent on the import of energy, and if you want to decarbonize, then ammonia or converted back to hydrogen is one of the sources to decarbonize. And you see that Korea is really focusing on end-use applications like the car industry, like the steel-making industry, producing electricity, etc.
Yeah.
So shipbuilding, exactly. So I think that's very special of Korea, that they have so many investments in these applications already, although there's not that many green hydrogen yet, and the rest of the world should focus on producing green hydrogen.
So are you seeing this as an international company that now has kind of a foothold or working as a team within Korea? Is that the main opportunity you're seeing here, or do you see some other opportunities by entering the market?
The opportunities for Bronkhorst are especially in all kinds of R&D and test setups, either if it's for end use or either is it for the production of hydrogen. So for us, it doesn't mind if it's in Korea or somewhere else.
Right.
But we see that our main market for hydrogen is in Korea.
Wonderful. I mean, I live here. They're quick to adapt. Experts here. They want new technology. It's so fascinating to be here. Every time I leave and I come back, whether it's for a couple of days vacation or a work trip, it always seems to be changing here. It always seems to be updating, and the quick to adaptness of new technology or new sources is such a strong point here, and really cool for an international company to almost use it as like a test bed, right, to prove that this technology works. We talked about opportunities and strengths. Let's talk about a little bit of difficulties. Either of you can answer this question. What are some difficulties you're seeing either in the global hydrogen market besides just the price cap, or the Korean market besides just policy? Maybe it's from your measurement instruments and flow specifically, or maybe it's the industry as a whole. Tell me about some things that we need to overcome, some hurdles.
Let's first go to the global side.
Sure.
On the global side, you see that more and more governments decides now that it's now the time to have affordable energy instead of expensive energy. So you see a shift in Americas, in Europe, more and more, that although, for example, Europe had green deals to realize in 2030, they won't reach them all. or actually only I think 20% of the goals are being reached.
Okay.
So that is really a problem from a perspective of the future for our child, for our grandchilds, etc. So I think we need to take the responsibility as a world, as a population on the world, that we should invest in green alternatives to fossil fuels. I think that is from the perspective of the world.
Okay.
If we dive into the technology, we see that in a lot of applications you need to measure hydrogen, which still has an amount of water vapor in it, or an amount of nitrogen in it, and that makes it very difficult to measure it very good,
okay.
very accurate. So what we are investing in at this moment is to make these measurement systems more accurate,
okay.
so that we improve our technology, so that for all kinds of these systems we have the best solution for our customers. If we dive more into detail, we see, for example, Faraday efficiency is one of the measures that they need. You can count the electrons that you use in your system,
okay.
and each electron is being used to make a molecule.
Okay.
So that must be in balance, and if it's not in balance, then there is some leakage, or you produce a molecule that you don't want, etc. And therefore it's so important that the measurement of the flow at the outlet of an electrolyzer is really accurate.
This is really interesting because the experts in this field in measurement and flow, up until now when I ask this question, everything is usually around policy and cost. But as you're saying, if you don't have the high efficiency, the high testing equipment that can bring this technology as the high quality as possible, as quickly as possible, it's just delaying the whole process, right? Mm-hmm. And we have a responsibility as humanity now. We had this goal of carbon neutrality, I think it was by 2030, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, yeah.
And it almost seems like we're taking a step back just to cut it short a little bit for affordability, right? Mm-hmm. What are some difficulties you see from your point of view, either in Korea or international?
I think in Korea, many people still thinking about hydrogen is dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah, so many H2 filling stations, we have very few H2 filling stations. That's the point, I think. So we need to promote H2 is safe, and H2 is our future energy. So we need to promote it into Korean. Yeah. So this kind of interview, this kind of shows, we must be conducted very often, I think.
I mean, as the general public, not the main representative, but as someone who's part of the general public, I hear hydrogen, of course people think explosion, bomb, thing like this. But this is not where it's being used, and this is not where it's headed in the future. But safety, of course, being the concern, and public acceptance.
Yes.
This is why you guys make such a great team. We have the expert here with the measurement equipment and the flow, and of course Korea, which is very concerned with safety. So perhaps if hydrogen can penetrate the market here and be used effectively, the global audience too will be more accepting of this future technology. One of my last questions, we're here at the World Hydrogen Expo. What are your guys' biggest goals here, either from your separate point of views or as a company as a whole? What do you want out of this exhibition?
David?
What are you hoping for here at World Hydrogen Expo?
Actually, I already mentioned we need to promote our brand, our technology, our solution to Korean market. Mm-hmm. So if you choose us, you are safe.
Okay.
If you choose us, you have got good solution. That's our main goal. Yes, as you see, the many end users, many big companies come to our booth. They see our solution. They feel, Bronkhorst is safe. That's my goal.
That's the goal?
Yeah.
That's perfect.
And for me, I'd like to add that also networking is one of course, the important goals here.
Of course.
The hydrogen world is not only in Korea, it's everywhere. And on these kinds of events, you meet every time also the same people, the same companies, and it's good to build relations because we need to solve the problem of decarbonization together.
Absolutely, so building relationships here with the experts in the field and building trust, not only with other companies, but the general public as well.
Yeah,
exactly.
Peter, David, thank you so much for the interview. Is there anything else you guys would like to add before we wrap up today? Do we cover everything?
I think we covered everything.
Peter, thank you so much. David, thank you so much.
Yeah.